occasionally get asked how I started with personal development and how it all began. I believe that for many of us, a life-altering crisis needs to happen for us to look inward and question ourselves and how we live. When life is a smooth ride, there seems to be no need for change. The crisis can take various forms. It can hit in different ways, such as health issues, the loss of a loved one, separation, financial struggles, or something else. For me and my ex-husband, it was the financial area that hit us. This was in the early 90s when a financial crisis hit large parts of the world because we had been living beyond our means and borrowed heavily. This crisis particularly impacted the real estate and construction industries. Before the crisis, we made one of our biggest decisions. I was working at a bank and my husband was in the construction industry. We believed we were well prepared to build our dream house. We could never imagine what was about to unfold. From one day to another, the interest rates soared to 19.75%. Yes, 19, almost 20%. Our debts were only $150,000 and the housing cost reaches $2,000 per month, which was roughly what we were earning at that time. You know, it was in the 90s. You might think that we could work overtime or tough it out. Yes, you can think like that. But if that weren't enough, the next blow came shortly after. On the same day, we both became unemployed. I didn't lose my job at the bank. A couple of months before, started working as a real estate agent and was studying simultaneously. As if the high interest rates weren't challenging enough, we were both out of jobs, and our finances couldn't sustain us with only one person receiving unemployment benefits. Now we were two. Then the next hit occurs. On the same day, our only old car, broke down. We lived in the countryside and needed two cars, but the company car should be returned and only the old car remained. And I can say that I'm fundamentally a positive person, but on that day, I was so stressed and I felt that there was no hope. My brain couldn't think about solutions, so my solution was like, how were we going to manage this? The best thing we could do was to dig a hole and jump into the whole family. But we found another solution, and obviously, otherwise I should not stand here talking to you. We find other jobs, working 3 shifts at a pharmaceutical company and 2 shifts at the post office. We had to find a babysitter for 2 out of 3 weeks every month so we could go to work. I wouldn't wish this situation on my worst enemy. We worked like that for 2 years, and we are so grateful for our parents who more or less lived with us to help us make it possible for us to go to our ordinary work. We was nearly time to see each other, and then that's when we started our own business in the health industry part-time. We built a team of other entrepreneurs. I learned that as a leader and a role model, you show the way by doing it first. You know, walk the talk. I also learned that I can't change others. I can only change myself. You know, when you pointed fingers for a situation or a person, 3 fingers point back to you. That's where my journey inwards began, changing myself. From there, I have been taking several leadership courses in self-leadership, like NLP NS trainer and expand method trainer and many, many more. But all started with Tony Robbins University, which led to my decision to get a divorce. Me and my husband, we were doing well, but when the kids moved out, they were grown-ups, I realized that we didn't have the same pace and curiosity in life. So on a Date with Destiny event, I'd had the realization that if I don't live my life fully as I want, playing safe, I'm limiting not only myself, but I'm limiting my sons from living their life in the way they want to. One of my driving forces is to be a role model by living authentically. It doesn't mean like I want people to be and live like me, but rather inspiring you to be yourself and to create your life just the way you want it. So today we are facing many crises simultaneously, including climate change, viruses, wars, and the most significant financial crisis ever on the horizon. It's no wonder that many people feel anxious, especially our children. I'm a grandmother to 4 wonderful new individuals, and this has led me to reflect a lot. What can I contribute with? We are on the verge of paradigm shift, and it will require new leadership. And it is the young generation being the ones to create what is needed. We don't need to provide them with knowledge, as I see, because our knowledge is outdated. Otherwise, it shouldn't be like this in the world. Do you agree? What we do need to do is teach them how to be flexible and resilient, relies on themselves, and living from inside instead of looking outside to find the security and answers. And that's why I founded the Human Toolbox. And me and my colleagues, we want to share our best tools on how you and your children can stand strong with yourself when the world around you is in chaos. Adults need to take on the leadership role and support the future leaders until they are ready to take responsibility. Do you want to do it together with us?